What is going on, good people? This is Cam with Elevated Lawnscapes and Real Estate State of Mind. Just a quick bit of information for you right now. We have seeded front yard, looking pretty shaggy. I mean, we got some good rain last night, nice slow soaking rain, and everything just jumped out the ground. As you can see, it's sunny out here today. We've got the test strip out here. And on my IG, y'all have seen me battling the leaves and everything, and I'm gonna let you know why I do that. So let's go take a look at the test strip out here. So we see the test strip here. Boom. This is what we got. It's coming in pretty good, but as you can see, it's patchy. We still got some patches and everything in it. That's kind of to be expected when you first seed. But the reason these patches are here, so you got one here as we walk through, this area right here is right underneath two really big trees. There's one here and one behind me, so it dumps a lot of leaves in this area, and when it rains hard, you get concentrated areas of water that fall out of the trees. So that's what was happening here. So I'm gonna have to go back and reseed those areas where the seed kind of washed out away from them. But the reason I get my leaves up, let me find you an example. So the reason that I battle leaves, as you can see, this grass is just coming up. It's probably 2 inches tall right now, but as you can see, it's very brittle. I mean, it's very flexible. It bends a lot. So imagine these leaves falling on it. So when they're dry, that's not a problem. I mean, they just kind of sit there for a little bit. And as you can see, they can just blow around and whatever the case may be. But when these leaves are allowed to pile up on top of this very new flexible grass, and then they get wet, that is the problem. If they're dry, it's not really that much of a problem, but when they get wet is when the problem comes. Then these leaves are now heavier, so they just push down on that new grass. And as you can see, just with that little bit of pressure, you see how much those leaf blades deform. And if you leave them there, eventually it creates a bare spot, and that's the problem. So that is why I battle leaves. As you can see, there's some sprigs here that are just laid over from where leaves last night were on there. They got wet. That's why the first thing I do is try to get up any wet leaves that are laying on my new grass as soon as I can, because that is the outcome that you'll get. Once again, there's another patch over here, which may be a better example. All of this grass here was actually standing up as of yesterday. Once those leaves got wet, now you see what happens. It leans over and it presses that grass down. That is why I battle those leaves. All right, good people, that was just my quick tip. If you want to have the best possible results, you're going to have to be relentless. You cannot allow those leaves to get to pile up and then get wet and lay on your freshly seeded new grass that's just coming up. You will not get the best outcome. If they're dry, it's not as big of a problem, but if you're watering properly, those leaves are gonna get wet. So at that point, you gotta keep them up. If you got a bigger yard, which I'm working on my renovation over here, I'm just trying to keep them from piling up and like getting all of them up. No, because you don't want to be walking on them every single day. But everything that I can reach without walking on the grass, I'm at least blowing them off of there as best as possible. A leaf blower is a key thing to make sure you have for doing that, and do the best that you can. Are you going to be able to be perfect with it? No, because as you can see, I haven't really been doing it to my front yard on this edge. I blew them off yesterday, and this is everything that came back just overnight. But at that point, not so worried about this because it's existing grass that's standing up that's keeping the leaves from actually sitting on the new baby grass. So at this point, just do the best you can, be relentless, and just don't be lazy. All right, for everybody out there trying to have those immaculate lawns, just know we working.
If you are what you say.